Welcome to Ambedkar Public School online computer class. So today we will discuss about the parts of a database. So let us see what are the parts of a database. The parts of a database are tables, queries, forms and reports. So first of all we will learn about table. A table holds a collection of information stored in the form of fields and records. So what is a table? Table is a collection of information stored in the form of fields and records. So what is fields? Fields are nothing but the columns of a table. Yes, we know that table consists of columns and rows. The columns of a table are called fields and the row of a table is called the records. It is a place which permits addition, deletion or modification of records. That means we can add something, we can delete a data or we can modify a record. Fields and its properties. Fields are also known as columns, yes, and the records are also known as rows. So coming to the next part, that is query. See here a picture of a table has been given. See here there are 3 columns, that means 3 fields over here, and see how many rows are there. 13 rows are there. These are the data or the information of a table. Now coming to the next section, that is queries. What is a query? Okay, first of all we know that a query means questions, to ask something from anyone. So here query means to ask something from the database. Another database object is called query. A query allows you to retrieve information from one of the more table based on a set of search conditions. So what we have to do here, we have to give the database a condition, a question we have to ask, and according to the condition the database will give us the desired information. So now forms we know to store a data in the database we need a form. There are different categories in the form according to which we enter the data in that tables or a database. The forms are access tools you can create to make database entry in database tables easier. Entering data directly into the table can be difficult if there is a lots of information to enter, similar to an Excel spreadsheet. So it makes the entry of the data into the table more simpler and more easier. So now coming to the next part, that is report. The final database, this is like an output of a database. The report is an effective way to analyze and present data using a specific layout. The text can be formatted in Access report just like it can be in Word documents. So now coming to the next part, working with tables. A table is a collection of data and the first object that is added to a database. It contains rows and columns. The data entered in a row are called records. The new database opens with one table showing as a default. It also defaults to naming the table as table 1. See, by default it has been given the table name, that is table 1, in both the navigation pane and the table tab itself. See here it is table tab and this is navigation pane. So now different types of views of a database. That is, first is design view. This view is used to set data types. So what is the data is about? So what is it a character data like ABC, or is it a number data? So this view is used to set the data type, insert or delete fields, and set the primary key. Primary key means that those keys which do not repeat itself, like roll number, it does not repeat. No one's roll number in a class repeats. And also like a contact number of any person that which do not repeat at all. Contact number of any person never repeats. So this is also a primary key. Now data sheet view. The view is used to enter the data for the record. By default Access places you use in data sheet view. Now select the view command group from either the home tab or datasheet tab. On the ribbon, select the view option you want from the menu. See, from the view option, select design view or datasheet view as you want. Now coming to the next part, that is field name and data types in tables. A table stores various data types. The data entry varies according to the types of the fields in a table. That means which type of data type is it, which type of column is it, either it is name, either it is address, either it is contact number. Suppose we are using name, so we have to give the data type as text. See, the descriptions of the data types are given here. Text, this is a default type data type. It allows all kind of data, letters, number and special characters. It can store maximum of 255 characters in a single field. Memo, this type of field holds an unlimited amount of text. It can store a maximum of 65,536. Like this, see, there is a time, date, which are most important. I will discuss the time and date. It stores date and time of the person or the user. Yes, no means this is used to enter your desired option, either you want to give that option or not. Suppose you are male, then you have to click on yes, I am male. If you are not a male, you are female, then you have to click on no. So these are the list of data types. You have to remember, go thoroughly on these topics. Hyperlink we have discussed earlier also. See, hyperlink, that means it provides a link with other files, and that is now the next part is a lookup wizard. It creates field that allows you to select the value from another table or from a list of values from the list box. So this is also like a hyperlink, linking with other table. Now descriptions, field properties, and see here field properties has been given field size, text and comments given here. So this you have to remember, this chart you have to remember, not remember, you have to just learn this. Nothing is there to memorize about this, just go through all these points. Currency numbers, just we have to see the comments over here, nothing important, just go through it. Examples have been given. See, this is date and time. Example, this is suppose this is date January, Saturday, and it is the date has been given over here. These are all the comments given here. So go through all these comments. The next important part, which is how to creating a table using design view. So first point is activate the create tab, then click table design in the tables group, access changes to design view, and the table tool become available. See the table tool from here you have to click. Type the first field name in the field name field, press the tab key, click down arrow that appears when you click in the data type field, and select a data type. Click primary key if the column you created a primary key, small key appears next to the field name. Press tab key. We have discussed the primary key. What is a primary key? Those key which does not repeat, those column which does not repeat. Take a description. The description is optional. Press the tab key. Access moves to the first name field. Then repeat from 3 to 10 again. To set field properties, click on the field for which you want to set the field properties. Activate the general tab. In the field property area, set the properties you want to set. Repeat step 1 to 3. Yes, you can use the design view to create or modify table. After you finish the task, you must save the table by clicking on the save button. Now see here, save the button on the quick access toolbar. We know how to save anything. From save, we have to click on save. We have to keep the name of the table. Now setting primary key. A primary key is a field which whose values uniquely identifies each record of a table. In other words, when a field is set primary key, it ensures that no two records in a table can have the same value. That means no value will repeat in that record, in that field, also in that column. No record will get repeated. While it is optional to set a primary key, it is good practice to create one. Designate the primary key field by right clicking on the record and selecting primary key from the shortcut menu. The primary key field will be noted with a key image to the left. To remove primary key, repeat the above process. Yes. Inserting or deleting records to the table. When you enter records into your table, you are populating the database. In Access 2007, you can do using some few different ways. To insert record in a new record, click the record with asterisk. See here asterisk sign that appears on the bottom of the table. Type the data into the appropriate field. Hit enter or the tab key to move to the next field. To insert records into the new record navigation button, click on the new record button in the navigation bar. The navigation bar is located at the bottom of the corner of the object. Now coming to the next part, that is type data into the appropriate fields, hit enter or tab key to move to the next field. Now to insert record in a record command, to type the data into the appropriate fields, hit enter on the tab key to move to the next field. Delete like same, select, we have to select the record and right click and select delete record. The dialog box appears, we have to click on yes, I want to delete the record. There may other records relatively on the record you want trying to delete. Do not delete a record without knowing how it is impact on the rest of your database. First of all, you have to check whether it is important or not, then you can delete. Now modify a table. After you create a table, you may need to modify it. You can delete field, insert field or move columns. Delete field. The delete option permanently deletes columns and all the data contained in them. You can undo a column, delete. To delete the field, we have to follow these steps. Click and drag to select the column you want to delete. Activate the datasheet tab. Click delete in the fields and column groups. A prompt appears. Click yes. The access delete the column you selected. Now insert field. How you can insert the field? See, we have to follow some steps to insert the field. See, click on the column head of the column before you want to insert, then activate the datasheet tab, click insert in the fields and columns group. Access inserts the new fields or the columns. Now relationship between table. Relationship are the links that associate a field in one table with the field another. That means it creates a relationship, a link between two tables. And so how can we create relationship? Create both the tables and open one of them in the datasheet view. Click the datasheet tab on the ribbon. Click the relationship option. See here it is relationship option from the relationship group. The show table dialog box appears. Select the table and click add button. Select another table to link, click add button, click the close button, drag the primary key and the parent table and drop it into the same field in the child table. The edit relationship dialog box appears. This is the edit relationship dialog box. Click the create button, you see the relationship created. Save your work. Yes, this is all about MS Access. This chapter we will discuss about the question answers of exercise on our next class. Thank you.